Svetlana, the firefly in the room.
Hello guys and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I actually will talk a little bit about something different because I just feel like it. So I hope you'll enjoy it because I definitely will, guys. I'm pretty sure most of us right now are locked down in our homes because once, for example, in Lithuania where I live, quarantine will be over only at the end of the January and it's not 100% yet. So all of us have to stay at home, and I have been at home for 4 months right now, I think, without any breaks, and I love it. But at the same time, I know so many people who are so annoyed and bored by their home, and I totally get it. Sometimes it's so difficult, especially if you live in only 2-room apartment just like I do, with another people, another dogs. I'm not complaining about dogs, it's the best thing ever, but anyway, I know so many people who are so bored of it, and I want to help a little bit. Since most of us right now cannot go and shop for some things to improve our home, let's work with things that we have. And right now I want to talk about one rabbit hole that I fell in a couple weeks ago, and the thoughts about it did not left my mind ever since. So I'm not sure if you ever heard about it, but I am deeply into dark academia aesthetics. And for those who are not sure what I'm talking about, it's this kind of aesthetics that is surrounded by self-discovery, by learning. It's just inspired by books, by old-fashioned movies, by all of these grayish tones, and I will tell a little bit more about it before we will jump in today's action. But let's a little bit talk about theory, right? So if you're not so sure how dark academia vibe aesthetic should look like, just try to imagine a couple movies that I will tell you, and I'm pretty sure that at least a couple of those you will have seen. English isn't the easiest language. Anyway, so just imagine those movies, imagine the vibe of these movies, and then we will continue. So imagine Fantastic Beasts, imagine Harry Potter, imagine Jane Eyre, for example, or Kill Your Darlings, for example, or Midnight in Paris. This is such a beautiful movie. If you haven't seen those movies, I will leave links to them in my description box down below, but you should definitely check them out, and I'm pretty sure that at least one you have seen. So these all movies have pretty similar vibe. The characters in them are really inspired to find themselves, to learn, to discover some new things, and I am all about it right now. So since we are at home and we cannot do anything physically, we should do something with our minds right now, and learning is one of the main things that I'm doing right now. Since this aesthetic isn't only about our mind, it's also about the appearance, I want to talk a little bit about the color palette. So if you would imagine the movies that I just told you, you would imagine the grayish tones, dark blue, burgundy, dark green, dark browns, whites, mustard yellows, blacks, all of these muted colors, but at the same time beautiful colors. I love these colors. But anyway, these colors are just speaking to me, and probably you cannot tell, but maybe you can. I have a ton of these colors in my home, so I thought, why not to try and use this knowledge, use this aesthetic in my home, at least in my bedroom, because my kitchen is 100% cottagecore inspired. So why not to play around in different rooms and make a different vibes and feelings in every single one of them, so whenever you enter another room you just got hit with totally different vibe. So in this bedroom I will do something dark academia inspired, and guys, I think we can do this together. So I'll tell you step by step how I will do it, and hopefully you will manage to follow this tutorial. It's not tutorial, it's just me sharing my passion, me sharing my thoughts, and who knows, maybe at least one of you will be inspired and put some candle behind you. So I don't know. So let's just let's just jump right into it, right? Okay, so since we talked a little bit about this aesthetic, let me tell you step by step how I will try and improve this apartment's room, this bedroom, to a little bit more magical and a little bit more academic vibe. Let me tell you the steps that I wrote in and that I will work on. So first of all, I was looking for the inspiration, guys, and just like I said, movies, TV shows was a great inspiration, but as well a lot of examples are on YouTube, on Instagram, on Pinterest. So wherever you will write down dark academia aesthetics, you will just be filled with beautiful pictures of libraries, of movie scenes that I just talked about, of all of these beautiful pictures that will definitely speak to you. At least one of them will. So first of all, we should do some research, and I spent, just like I said, weeks scrolling internet on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, just looking for the inspiration of other people and other minds, what is dark academia for them. And I found some pictures that really inspired me, and I thought, okay, these ones will be my goal. I mean, I am not able to go and shop to the thrift stores as much as I would love to do right now, or to the simple stores because we are in quarantine, but I'm pretty sure a lot of these things we can find at home. And even if you can't, at least maybe this video will be enjoyable for you to watch, some before and after footages. So after I saw some pictures, let me tell what exactly talks to my heart and which kind of things are the ones that I am aspired to put around myself. And I mean, I already have some of them. But anyway, so I have the list. So first of all, obviously books. I mean, I have a lot of books to be honest, but most of them are in my another room because that's where I have, okay, in a couple of minutes Rocky will run in. 3, 2, 1, go baby! Actually, my dog just came back from the walk. But anyway, most of my books are in completely different room, but I will bring some in here, just a little bit, just a little tiny bit for some wiping, Candles are a big part of this aesthetic, and I love candles. I have many different candles in different parts of my home, so I will try to bring some more, especially in the bedroom, because I think bedroom and candles are the perfect fit. Frames and pictures, and guys, I am big frame maniac. I will show you in a couple minutes my portrait wall. I saw a lot of cards, to be honest, in this aesthetic, and this is a little bit, it's a little bit weird because, to be honest, most of them were tarot cards, and I get that this is from more witchy vibe, but I love witchy vibe, and I have some awesome cards. For example, this is dark academia cards, guys. This is actually a present from my boyfriend's parents from the last year, and these colors are just screaming dark academia aesthetic, right? They are actually Harry Potter cards, and there are different, Slytherin house or Gryffindor and etc. So these are just simple Hogwarts cards, but I love to display them wherever I can see them, because then I remember to play with them. And actually, I have nobody to play with because my boyfriend isn't a big fan of cards, so most of the time I'm playing with myself. I just play solitaire. I am not sure how to pronounce it, but I will put the name on the screen. So, I just love them. Then, jewelry. And guys, I am a big fan of old-fashioned jewelry, just you can tell by what I'm wearing today. This is actually a present from my fiance. This is my engagement ring. This is with emerald. And since my boyfriend proposed to me with this green ring, I just try to wear as much of green jewelry, as much of green colors on myself as possible, because this is actually my favorite color, so why not, And since I have a lot of jewelry, I'll try to maybe display it somewhere. It's still not 100%. I will just tell you all of the things that inspire me, but I will see how much of them I will use, because I live in a pretty small apartment, so I don't want to make it really cramped, because it's already pretty cramped. Crap. It's not crap. because it's already pretty cramped. I mean, just look at those shelves. I have a lot of plants, and if you're new to my channel, I have a lot of plants, like a lot, so this is a little bit chaotic. Souvenirs and sculptures, and I love souvenirs and sculptures. Once again, you can see some in my background. I just love those tiny, you know, special and magical things that make the whole picture so much more interesting and so much more special. So whenever I find an interesting souvenir or a statue, I always bring it home, especially when I am thrifting, so it makes a completely different vibe. And also bottles. I love bottles. You can see some in the background as well. This is actually the bottle that I proposed to my boyfriend with, but it's a completely different story. Let me know if you want to hear it. But it's a bottle that I proposed to my boyfriend. Here are some small alcohol bottles that we obviously drank, and I just filled with salt and some, you know, spices, so it looks a little bit more like, you know, crazy scientist bottles, and I love that vibe. Then gold details, and not only gold but also silver, but all of the metals actually are pretty common in this aesthetic, so I thought why not to use them as well. And also some more things like dried flowers, for example. I have a dried rose in here, I have some feathers, and all of the dark colors things, all of this should work, right? So these are the things that make me inspired, and I think that these are the things that will work the best in this kind of aesthetic. So right now, since I have the list of the things that inspire me, it's time to play around with them and just do some changes to this room. So thank you so much for staying for so long, but right now will be the fun part. Since we did all of the learning, let's get physical. I'm sorry. Since I gave you so much facts, let's work with them and let's change this bedroom, right? Shall we? I'm excited. Okay guys, so first of all, I really want to apologize for the quality that might be in this video, because to be honest, right now outside is really gloomy, it's snowing, so it's so dark, and I do not want to turn on the lights, so it will make the lighting even worse, guys. So I will try to work with what I have, and my cameras aren't the best. I'm filming with the phone, but hopefully we'll still be able to enjoy this video. So let's do it. Let's start with this corner, and this is actually one of my favorite corners in whole apartment, because this is just the most old schoolish and artsy corner, and I just really love it. I put a lot of work in here, to be honest. So these are the wallpaper that I chose and talked a lot with my boyfriend to get, because he was really not into them, and a lot of you actually are commenting that they might be a little bit too much, but I just loved that, you know, too much vibe, so I love it. Anyway, so just like I told you, Dark Academia aesthetic is a little bit about frames and gold details, and as you can tell, I have a lot of vintage frames with some golden details, you know, with golden plates. And some of most of these paintings are thrifted. This is my embroidery that I made myself, and you know, just simple pictures like these reminds me of something and are special to my heart. For example, this is the first ever portrait that I got for my boyfriend when we started dating. This is the present from my sister. This is from my trip to the sea. These ones I drew myself. As you can tell, I also have a lot of macrame, and it's not that very Dark Academia aesthetic, it's more cottagecore, but I just love them, just like this hat. But anyway, some of these frames are really old school. For example, this one I found next to the garbage containers, and it just spoke to me. I don't know why. There were actually more. I think there were 3 paintings when I saw next to the garbage containers, but specifically this one, just I don't know, I just loved it, so I took it home, because this tiny building just looks so mysterious for me, and you know, I just loved it. And then I have this frame, actually this cat picture I promised to send to one of you, and I'm sorry right now, since we're in lockdown, I'm not sure how the postal office is working, so whenever I will be able, I will do so. That's why I hang it in here, so I will remember to do it. Then I have a couple thrifted pictures, you know, and more stuff. This is a dream catcher from my best friend.
And you know, just things like that, I think they give a very beautiful vibe. So if you have some picture frames, don't be afraid to play around with them and do something awesome. I mean, I know that not for everybody is this kind of aesthetic, but I love it, so I have it. I mean, I made this one myself, I made this one myself. Just like I said, some dried flowers, some dried flowers and feathers looks awesome as well. Please don't mind this lamp that looks really out of the space, but that's how it works right now. This is for my plants that are, you know, a little bit more perky, so please excuse that. Here I have more picture frames. This one I really love this one. This one is that old buildings are really, you know, awesome for me and reminds me of time when I lived in United Kingdom. I loved that iron frame, and all in all, this is one of the ways to have a beautiful vibe, is just to have, you know, a lot of pictures. I think, in my opinion, you know, it's only my opinion everywhere here. Then we can come to this part, and that's where I put a lot of bottles. Just like I mentioned, this is a bottle with a secret note inside of it, and that secret note is me proposing to my boyfriend, right now fiance. I also have a lot of tiny bottles, just like I said. So I mean, tiny bottles with flowers, you know, some kitchen things like spices and salts give me a really interesting vibe, didn't they? This candle is actually a little bit out of space, so let's put you. So this corner actually just looks for me like a crazy scientist corner, because these glass vases make a very beautiful vibe. This propagation station is really beautiful for me, and I love these old terracotta pots that, you know, all of them are so looking really good together, I think, right? And these cacti, you know, different shapes, different colors, or different patterns on the leaves. Everything just comes to an interesting picture. And I once again know this is not for everybody, but this is just how I love it, you know? And we have bottles, right? Then we have some awesome knickknacks. So I love to put some, you know, secret things around, like example, this elephant or this vase that my sister found, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. This is from my necklace. This rabbit, I don't even remember when I thrifted it, but it's been a while. And in here I also put a aquarium castle. This is actually from one of my fairy gardens, but that fairy garden did not make it, so that's why only castle left. But that's a different story, guys. And since I taught you about books, I think the cards are as well a big part of it. So I have this beautiful card from the plant shop owner that gifted me this, and these cards are a little bit out of place, so I'll put them somewhere around. So all in all, this is how I styled this part of the room. So nothing too much happening in there. This is our bed, a lot of pillows and old school patterns, you know, like these llamas, this beautiful palm and more palm, and you know, these jungle motifs just, I think, work perfectly with all of this jungle vibe. So it is what it is. These other pillows actually are a little bit out of theme, I know that, and I will make some pillowcases myself a little bit later, but not right now. Here I have my IKEA table that I move a lot because that's where I make most of my reportings, and I mean, it doesn't really matter in here. And also have a plant stand in here that is really iron, and iron colors, just like I said, works perfectly for this aesthetic. So I think it just looks good in here, right? I mean, I'm so aware that this furniture is really out of shape and it's really old and it's not the best. We are actually planning on renovating it one day, but I'm not sure if it's really worth it because it's so old and it's falling apart. So I'm pretty sure that next year probably will just buy a new one. And this is actually my boyfriend's parents' furniture, so we are not, you know, really wanting to throw it away as fast as possible because I don't want to make them angry. But anyway, this is this corner. Then let's get to another one. Okay, so here is another side of my room that you don't really often see. Just like I said in my previous videos, we just finished renovating this room, so we still need to fix that. We finally, please excuse that crap, we finally got our new plastic windows, so I'm so stoked about it. But anyway, I just actually made this piece yesterday out of box, so I recycled a little bit and used nail polish just to make this, you know, beautiful moon, how do you call it, moon face garland. Isn't that how it's called? But anyway, I think it just looks cute. My boyfriend don't agree with me. Actually, we ran out of tape, so I used stickers from a orange. I will fix that a little bit later because I just really wanted to put it on the wall, and you know, when you really want to do something, you just have to go for it. And here is my shelf of plants. I'm still working on it. I'm so aware that I need to put some more plants in here. This is actually my corner of sansevierias, and I love these two. They're just perfectly working together. I am looking for a stand for these plants. Hi baby. Hi baby. Oh you. Oh you. Please let me film, okay? We'll play a little bit later. Okay, baby? Okay. So this is the plant shelf. I am not changing anything in here, but what I will do, I'll probably put in some more bottles, just like this one, for example, and more souvenirs because I have so much space in here and I want to hide these colors because they're really out of place. But all in all, I just love, you know, the colors on some of these spots. For example, this one, turquoise color, and the pattern looks really beautiful for me, and I think looks perfectly for this aesthetic, just like this old school terracotta. This one actually I found as well. It was thrown away and I think it works perfectly in here. Also have this beautiful emerald green pot. So I mean, I have a bunch of thrifted pots as well. This one with rose patterns I think is perfect in here as well. So all in all, I think these kind of dark colors and plants looks awesome, right? So anyway, this is how I style this part of my home, and I will update you a little bit later. I'll put some souvenirs in here. Just like I said, I have still so much more space on the bottom row, but right now I really need to cuddle my baby because he's sick, to be honest. So for those who don't know Rocky, this is my baby. He just turned 3 years old and he's actually sick right now. He had a rash on his nose and a rash on his little tiny feet. So we just went to the vet yesterday and gave him some medications. So that's why he looks so sad. Okay guys, I know that this is pretty awkward angle and I look shiny like Edward from the Twilight, but let's just ignore that. So I gathered some things that really speaks to me as like as dark academia aesthetics, and right now I have this shelf that I never show you because just like I said, this all, you know, this all furniture complex is really not my favorite and I'm trying to hide it, but since I cannot change anything about it, I'll just work with it and make it as cute as possible. So let's try and do it, right? So I have just random things from my, you know, from different parts of my home, and I'll just try to put them all together. So I have these old school, how do they call them? Oh my gosh, I don't remember how to call them in English, but anyway, you know what that is, right? I don't use it because I don't see, you know, a purpose, and we live in a pretty boring street, so nothing happens in here. So I'll just display here them in here like that. Then I have some old school books. This one is actually so old. I mean, just look at those pages. I'm not sure how old it is, to be honest. It has no cover, so I'm not sure. So anyway, I have some old school books from my boyfriend's parents' collections. I will just tag them like this. Put them maybe in here, like that. And I have some candles holders. This is, you know, a stone candle, so it will work beautiful in here. Also have a jewelry plate with my jewelry and my favorite earrings. So let's put it in here as well. Then I have some basket with random things, so I'll just play around with them. For example, simple bottle from Jack Daniels. I know it's empty. My Harry Potter cards. More candles maybe. Have this beautiful box made out of metal. This actually thrifted as well. I'm not using it right now, so I'll just like I said, I will play around with things. So I have this simple basket. Put it like this maybe. This is a handmade mug from my friend. So I just put a candle inside, simple tea light, so you know, no damage will be done to this cup. But I just love how old school it looks. Yeah, maybe like that. Huh? Love it. And I think this one doesn't work here, so I won't put it in here. Let me show you closer. So this is how it's looking right now, and I think it looks cute. It looks so much better than just being an empty shelf that I fill with clothes. So I think I will keep it that way. Obviously these candles right now are lit up for the, you know, just to look beautiful in the camera. I won't light them up in here because it's not safe, but for video purposes, for a couple minutes, I think they should be fine. So I just love how these binoculars looks together with this, you know, iron card holder and stones and bottles. I need more bottles in here, and all in all, I think it looks cute. Actually, this frog is made out of the same stone, just like this candle holder, so I think this is cute. And this part I will fill with the books as well. These actually are my most recent books that I have read. So I know that in the perfect world it would look so much more beautiful and aesthetic if I would fill it in with old school books, but I mean, we're real people and I read these books, so so yes, this is how it looks like right now. Here is actually my boyfriend's collection of different glasses because he loves to collect them, and I started to collect mine as well. So, you know, simple vases for flowers or etc. So this is how this part looks right now. I know it's not perfect, but I love it. Okay guys, so my lunch break is actually over and I need to go back to work. It was so much fun to play around with things that I have in my home and to make it a little bit more different. Some of things I made out of camera, some I made together with you, and guys, I feel nice. I cannot wait until the working hours will be over and I will be able to sit in this home, grab a cup of coffee and watch some kind of movie, probably Harry Potter, because soon is Christmas and I love watch all of the Harry Potter movies before Christmas because I just love the vibe, you know? I just want to grab my bullet journal and start doing something and writing something, because whenever I am in a spot and a place that really inspires me, just like this bedroom is right now, I feel great, guys. So I know that this is not the tutorial that would really help somebody, but I really enjoyed creating this video and I really hope that you enjoyed watching this.
Just let me know in the comment section, do you feel the vibe that I was trying to show you? What do you think about these kind of aesthetics? Do you have your own, or maybe you have some other that you prefer? Let's chat a little bit in the comment section down below, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!